Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to today's Call of Duty Warzone video where we're checking out the best close range weapon in Season 3 Reloaded, and that is the Cold War AK47. Let's be real with ourselves, the AK since Warzone came out has been awful. The Modern Warfare one sucked, and then the Cold War one wasn't great either until recently. This thing shreds up close. It is ridiculous, especially since the Reloaded patch, which gave us that suppressor. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the damage profile, which is one of the reasons this gun is so good, the headshot damage is 58, 43 for the chest, and then 36 to the extremities. This means that you're able to deal an incredible amount of damage and pretty much take people out before they can even react, because you're firing at 600 rounds per minute, gives you one of the fastest time to kills in the game. And I think that's one of the big points with the recent update. Is the downside with the AK-47 was its mobility. It wasn't that great. It didn't have a fast ADS time, it felt chunky, and the recoil went all over the place. But if we go ahead and take a look at the time to kill compared to a couple of the other meta weapons in the game right now, like the XM4 and the PPSH, it beats everything by a fair chunk. Up to like 25 meters without any attachments on it, you're getting a time to kill of around 0.5 seconds, which is very, very quick. And one of the reasons that in the gameplay that you're watching, you see me drop people so quickly, it's a gun that you need to be having in your loadouts right now. It shreds against the PPSH, it beats the XM4, all weapons that are currently within the game's close range meta since the Reloaded patch. The PPSH is also insane, by the way. Great sniper support weapon. The AK sort of does it all, but there are a couple of loadout options for you to choose, which we'll check out in just a second, because in this video, I'm going to give you everything that you need to do the best that you possibly can. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, but let's go ahead and check out the best class setup and loadout for the AK-47. So first things first, we have to select a blueprint. I'm personally using the Cursed Angel one because I'm obsessed with reactive camos. But let's go ahead and remove all the attachments to build it from scratch so that you can go ahead and have the best AK-47 possible. Let's start off with the muzzle. No longer are you using the GRU suppressor for your close range weapons. You're in fact now using the suppressor. This is what has given the double assault rifle meta a whole new lease of life, bringing weapons like the far back. The XM4 is still great, but the suppressor now gives you an increase of aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, giving you a lot more mobility and making weapons more viable close range. So you go ahead and use that suppressor. Now the barrel that you're going to want here is a 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel. Now the reason I use this is for not only the effective damage range increase, which means I'm going to get the faster time to kills at targets that are a little further away than that kind of 25-meter drop off, but you get that bullet velocity increase, but more importantly that strafe speed that's going to give you that mobility so you can win those gunfights at close range. So you've got to have that 20-inch barrel. Next, we go for the laser with the Tiger Team Spotlight, and this is very similar to that strafe speed increase. You also want that aim walking movement speed and movement speed increase. Allows you to pull off flanks, get up close to enemy faces, like in enemy faces. It really does help. So I go ahead and use the Tiger Team Spotlight. Then we go for the stock, which is the KGB skeletal stock, increasing that ADS firing move speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire time. Once again, it's all about your mobility at close range is what you really want with these weapons. And then the ammo, you go for the 45 round mag. Now you do have a couple of options if you really hate the iron sight. I mean, it does take a little bit of getting used to control the recoil kick. You can go ahead and get rid of the Tiger Team Spotlight and put an optic on. If you do that, go for the Microflex LED. And it's really, really good. It's a great sniper support weapon as well. Personally, I recommend just running it around with an AMAX because that's kind of the great combo and is the combo that I use in this gameplay, which we're going to break down to give you a load of tips and tricks to get better. So this gameplay we're checking out, I go ahead and drop 35 kills with this loadout. Sadly, I kill that guy on the top of the roof and the other person goes ahead and robs my chopper. But I love doing this sort of breakdown because it shows you how you want to be using the loadout to get the most kills for yourself. Like right here, I always run a C4 because in situations like this, when the vehicle pushes you, you can kind of get normally a couple quick kills. Sadly, missed through it, get a trophy on it anyway. Switch to the AMAX for those medium to long range fights. When you need to be accurate with your shots and they're not right in your face, you need to be making sure you switch to your mid to long range weapon. Now, this is a great example of how to go ahead and push a target with the AK. So when I'm in that mid-long corridor, you saw I switched to the AMAX because that's those shots. They're a little further away. Gonna take the guys out, put those shots down with the AMAX, hold the angle. You saw that I kind of moved into the point to like the closer to doors to narrow that angle so it's harder for them to hit me. Then I just disengage because I've not got my guns reloaded and another squad is pushing me. I can see that with the UAV on the top left corner. Once again, I'm hoping they push towards me, but I've got the AMAX out because they're a little further away. As I push up, get some shots off. They're kind of moving all over the place. Multiple people, not worth it at all. Some big times you need to know when to disengage a fight, and that's what I do right here. Even with the power of that AK, just get out of there, get the vehicle, and then rotate and hold him with the circle's edge. If I've got the gas in front of me and the enemy are forced to push towards me, I can just do a lot of bits of that. See there? Guys, I know this is going to be a close range fight, so I switched to the AK. That extra movement speed that we've got from the build really helps. Easy to pick up that kill. Then I take a power position, once again knowing that the enemy's going to have to come towards me with the gas. Okay, teammates a little bit further forward, just holding the angles. Sadly, I went to press the mic, so I didn't kill him quick. Like, didn't actually communicate with my teammate quick enough, so he gets knocked down there because I'm trying to talk to him. Thankfully, has a self-res. Picked up that kill with the AMAX, which is unbelievable, by the way. I actually changed my FOV aim assist, like the aim assist thing with field of view to affected, and it makes it so much easier to control the visual recoil of some weapons like the AMAX and the AK. One of the reasons I don't actually use the optic on this AK. Once again, similar sort of position on the edge of the circle. You'll see in most of my high kill games, I don't actually sit in the middle of the map very much unless it's holding down a big area. Mounting for those long distance kills is really going to help you, and it's something that I don't see people do enough. If they're a little bit further away from like kind of say 40, 50 meters, if you have an opportunity to mount and not spraying at you, do so. Right here, see some snipers glinting at me from the bridge. So what I do right here is I'm using the land to my advantage. I want to use those curves so they don't have a line of sight on me, because this is almost like a wall peak the whole way along. See the enemy team push up, and I'm looking at my minimap here, and I'm like, we don't really have any angles on this squad. It's a very straight fight. So if you look at the minimap, everyone's sort of in the same line. This is one of the worst things that you can have. So I move out to the left to kind of stretch those angles so that there's more positions that these targets can get hit from. This forces them into bad positions. It means that I'm either going to get the kills or my teammates are going to get the kills when they get cracked because they won't have places to move. Once again, same point. You see me here. I'm moving as far left as I can constantly whilst I'm getting shot. Putting shots off, switch to the AK, get the down. See the guy up top? He snipes me. Fortunately enough, misses that second shot and I'm able to get the kill. Pretty much out of ammo right now, which is quite another thing. Teammates called it out straight away. Get those reloads off, and remember, working those angles. Because I've made this complete flank, I get some of the easiest kills in the world here, and these guys are going to be like bots because straight away, don't have a chance of shooting me. That time to kill with that AK, unbelievably good. And then it's all about rotating into the zone. And I'll always check the map and see where I can rotate to. And then at this stage of the game, when I don't have like a chopper or it's not early game, I always try and prioritize getting a bertha. This gives you rotation opportunities. It means that you can push squads, you can move around the map a little bit more freely. And here I see a team up to the top hand side of the map near the where the buy station normally is. Now I've got the bertha, so I can rotate here, knowing I can get like kind of clear view. It's a 3v1 right now because I pushed off without my team. Not always the smartest play, but I know I've got a land advantage. I've got the high ground here, can get some shots off. And they don't really have any idea where I am because I've got a ghost and everything. I've got stun so I can push it. I took that enemy out on the side. I flanked to the big left-hand side so I can push. Once I've got one down, I know I down the other, so he'd be res, but he'd be plating. Double stun, push around, get the down, and I disengage. Guy was pre-aiming that corner, right? Not worth me fighting there. Teammates are also putting shots in here, and I'm able to fight there, re-engage, get the kill. Right, that's one of the biggest things. Don't always just try and overly push for yourself, because you'll get taken out like that. And I get away with that, and then because I've got a gas mask, I know how important the bertha is, so I go and grab that into this next fight. So inside the buildings is always one of my least favorite types of fights. Even with a gun like the AK47, you can get picked off in some stupid ways because people will pre-aim corners, and it kind of makes a fight a 50-50. Push straight up there. You see the mobility of this AK as well because of all that strafe speed that you've got. It's one of the reasons you can get rid of the spotlight if you don't like the iron sight, and it's still a really, really good weapon. It kind of opens it up to more mid-range. Here, I do not know how I get away. See him straight away, and I'm just running. Okay, once again, there's no point in me fighting that because I will lose because it's a narrow corridor. It doesn't matter if you've got a terrible aim. He could hit fire, kill me there, get the plates on, and now I can re-engage. Throwing a stun down, actually see him on the UAV going down and takes the car. So I'm like, okay, he's gone. He's not a problem anymore. Get the high ground once again and get involved in this fight here because there's quite a few people around. All right, take the guy crossing the street out, see his teammate on top of PD, put some shots down. Sadly, right here, he manages to get away. Don't get to switch and land the shots with the AK, but get those reloads off and push across the street. Get my down, but then see he's got also a whole host of teammates, which is never a nice thing to see. The high alert pops off, see someone to my right, push inside, AK47 clears up, and my instinct is not to go loot. It's that situation, you do not want to get loot. You want to get yourself map position so you can survive if another team pushes you. He didn't, he went off in the Bertha. Stole my Bertha, this is such a sad thing. And once again, right, rotating in, and I'm holding that high ground. It's what I want to be doing, using that mount feature again. One of the best ways for you to win gunfights at those distances, especially if someone's got a snipe. And high alert, honestly, it's one of the most underrated perks in the game. The amount of times that flashes, I'm like, I gotta dip. Work that angle once again. I'm always trying to pay attention to where my teammates are and what I can do to kind of work the position so that we have as much coverage as possible. And sometimes it will look as if you're running off from your teammates, but you need to work those angles in certain like zones. It's all about getting high map positions, stuff like that. Sadly, my teammate got knocked here, and there's not really much I can do because he's not over the crest of the hill. So if I push to go res him there, absolutely nothing I can do. I'd get sniped myself. But instead, hold the high ground. Sadly, couldn't go over the edge. And I'm not trying to push, I'm just watching for those rotations, using that AMAX, which is unbelievable for mid to long range. Definitely the best gun in the game still, alongside the Cold War AK. AK's like dominates that close to medium range right now. Also, I've just kind of realized that when I do these videos, it means I'm going to run into more Cold War AKs, which is, it's going to be sad, but it's okay, right? I'm here to help you guys out. Not roaming around too much. These final circles, you really want to try and lock down that position. And this point of the game right here, I actually make a really big mistake. I see someone, can't guarantee the down there, and I blow my position. And I'm now in the middle of no man's land where they've got high ground, they've got numbers, and I'm stuck. Me shooting there was just one of the worst plays that I can make. So I have to kind of like slow play this and wait for the other squad to get involved. Trying to mount, see if I can get it down, because the second I get it down, you kind of trigger a chain of events. And he pops up with a sniper, I just spray. Try to get a plate on, see a guy down, get the finish. May as well when you can. But it trigger when you have someone down or you get finished, you trigger a chain of events which you can take advantage of. And this is probably one of my proudest bits of gameplay that I've done in quite a while. So hanging around here, know that the gas is going to get pulled to gas station, but I'm going to slow play here. Teammates down. I have 33k of cash, so I can do a lot of stuff. Use this jump up to get the high ground. I always try and prioritize in every situation to gain an advantage on any opponent you have. Having the high ground is probably one of the best things you can do. So right here, push, do that full rotation, see that guy, wait for him to climb up so I can get a good shot on him. He's quick enough to drop down. Decent player, but I can then heavy push him, get the down with the AMAX. And you see here, I'm just playing it a little bit slow. Want to confirm, because the odds are at this stage they're always going to have a self-res, so that's what I have in my thoughts. Don't have a gas mask here, so I've got to play this very, very smart in order to come out on top. This comes out. Downside of having a 5.5 sensitivity, you can't track someone at that particular angle when you're scoped in, which is always a bit of a pain, to be honest. One of the reasons I'm tempted to go up to a 6.6. Throwing C4s, trying to create some havoc. Drop onto the crate there. One of the big things there, if I just fell straight off the roof, I would have died from the full damage, but land on the crate, able to do it. And this is a smart decision. Right here, know the buy station's here. I then try buy a gas mask. Sadly, misclick. Nearly die here because of a misclick, but it's totally fine. Buy my teammates back. And now I've got some time because I know I've got the buy station, but I'll keep buying gas masks just to be perfectly safe to give myself time. Buying myself some plates, so I've got full armor, get UAV in, so we know where the players are on the map that don't have Ghost Star. Buy another gas mask to be able to push back in, and I've also got an airstrike. Sometimes slow gas plays at endgame, so the smartest things you do because it kind of drops people's attention away from you. Not the best airstrike, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't got it down. I've just put it on a building. People can survive inside. It's just to kind of open up that piece of the map so I know I can push into it. But like I said, not the best. Here, just paying attention, just moving slowly. See the guy on the floor. Sadly, didn't realize it's a dead body, so I'm shooting a dead body. Awful bit of play. I'd have been very upset if I died there. I was like, it just looked like a body in prone. I was like, oh, damn it. Take down Rambo, get those flashes. So there, I realized is why I needed just to go. I saw the high alert going. I was like, all right, I've got to just dip straight in. Here, get some shots off with the AK. Know every bullet I'm hitting with that is doing a lot of damage. And then we're into a final 3v2 situation. One of our teammates is out of the game, so he's in the gas. Actually, no, everyone is up. So able to lock this down, hold this position now, know they've got to come towards us. And this sort of fight is just kind of like a hope of where the gas pulls. It's either goes to them, we've got to push them, or it comes to us and they've got to push us. So thankfully, goes to us, and we're just holding this power position. He gets a thermite on me, which takes quite a bit of damage. I could go down here. I'm trying to pay attention to both the angles, so I know they don't push across. Get those plates on before I re-peek. Not worth it. But if you notice, I'm constantly like kind of peeking in and out so I can see to push. So if I need to cancel that plate, I can do. Get that final kill. Teammate picks it up. And that's a great demonstration of the Cold War AK47 with the AMAX. A great loadout. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new and smash that thumbs up button. And I'll see you next time for more Call of Duty Warzone. Thanks for watching. Bye.